Welcome to Dr. Red Pill. Well, going back from a personal experience, dating a single mother is quite the damn mistake. I'm 34 now, going almost 35. Back when I was 27, and about 7.5 years ago, I made the big mistake of dating a single mother. Now, when I met her on Plenty of Fish, which there is speaking high class of a women you can find there. But when I met her, she was a 30-year-old woman, but 3 years older than I am. With her being 3 years older than I was at the time, I expected someone more mature, or not childish. Boy, was I wrong with this woman. She was, like I said, the biggest mistake I have ever made. The warning signs should have came should have started going off at the first date with this woman. The first date I had with her was at her own house with her soon-to-be 4-year-old son asleep upstairs. So this crazy, batshit crazy woman invited a man she has never met before over to her house. Now, with her child sleeping upstairs. That should have been number one warning sign to run away from this woman. But I was a blue-pilled simp at the time, and I was thinking with my junior member, to be honest, and not exactly thinking well for it. Should have thought better, and there's a reason why I called her batshit crazy. I should have fucking realized what a screwy situation it was, fucking walking into that situation with her. Her kid asleep upstairs and a man she never met before coming over to her house. Screams Mother of the Year to me. What about you? But anyways, I was thinking with the mini-me, as you will, and being more of a white knight type at the time, I thought it would be a good thing. Well, not necessarily a good thing, but I thought to go over to meet her. Unfortunately, that's not the only problem I had with dating this woman. Within about 3 weeks after dating her, 3 or 4 weeks, I'm texting her on the phone, texting her on the phone, obviously, and I told her one Sunday, in March. It was a March no, October actually. October I was dating her. March was the breakup. I was to text her on the phone and told her that I'm waiting for my dad to get home. I'm waiting in a couple hours so I could go to his place and use all his hoist and his tools and all that for me to fix a tie rod end on the car I was driving at the time. Save myself a few $100s, probably about $400 or $500 in labor costs for it. And I told her it'll take a few hours. I'll call her afterwards, after I'm done, and so we could talk then. Call or text. She said, all right. Meanwhile, after an hour of working on the car, like I said before, I already told her it'll take probably 3 or 4 hours to do the job. It's not an easy job. It's not like doing an oil change. Oil change is simple, quick, freaking 20 minutes. You can have, or less, you can have an oil change done in a car. But within less than an hour of talking, like working on the car, she decides to text me and ask, "What am I doing?" I told her, "I'm working on the car. I can't talk right now. I'll call you when I'm done." Her reply was, "I don't know why I'm dating somebody like this." I quick asked her, "What do you mean?" She goes, "Never mind." Excuse me. She goes, "Never mind. Forget it." At that point, I shut my damn phone off so I could finish working on my car. And freaking after I get the job done in the car, I turn my damn phone back on, and she sent me probably a few dozen text messages, freaking all of her, all between her being mad about me not being able to talk reply every minute, and her saying sorry for being mad. So I just didn't freaking reply and decided to sit down and have a few drinks with my dad. Freaking first time I went into work hungover the next day, I regretted it, but I still made it to work like a man. Fortunately, it's a Friday night here. I don't have to work Saturday, so I can have a few drinks now. But that's frickin' one problem I had with a single mother. Another problem is I've watched quite a few try to forget that bitch. I called her batshit crazy for a reason. But there's one time there, like after we were dating for a while, I dumped her for a few weeks, and we ended up getting back together about 2 or 3 weeks after I dumped her. And frickin' after we got back together, she admitted to me that she got drunk one night and had unprotected sex with another man. Didn't bother me none. I nailed about 3 frickin' random pieces of bar trash during that breakup. So it didn't bother me none. I got my rocks off a few times. And just before we broke up, that one for the few weeks, I started a $15,000 renovation on my house. New wiring, new plumbing, new floors, a couple new appliances. And I had to go into the bank and arrange a loan for the $15,000. And she, being a spoiled, basically child, with her dad owning some kind of big company. I forget the name of the company, what he does. Don't really care what he done. But he bought a house for her to live in like only a few years old at the time. And he pays the mortgage and utilities on it, and she only pays $200 a week in rent. She only and he bought her a brand new car. She only pays for car insurance and her phone and cable, and she gets the rest for $200 a month. So she never had to worry about paying for anything. Everything was handed to her. I had to work for everything I had. My house here paid off in 2.5 years. I'll be 37 when my house is paid off. When I was after we got back together after the few weeks, the back together only lasted a month. And at the end of the month, that last month we were together, she started complaining about me not spending a lot of time together, like with her. I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I only have to pay for this damn renovation, $15,000 on my house. I don't have my daddy paint it for me." Yeah. Yeah, she never had to go through that stuff. Spoiled child. Eventually, yeah, she goes to me, "Oh, maybe it was a mistake for us to get back together." And I'd go to her and go, "You're right." The stunned silence at the end of, at her end of the phone. She goes, what?" I go, "I'm agreeing with you. There's a mistake getting back together. The relationship is over." And I hung up the phone. Unfortunately, I had to spend a literal full year with her texting me at least once a month trying to get back together or some crap. At one point early after the breakup, she tried the "I'm pregnant" bit. And I took care of that right quick by telling her I want a DNA test. Because she admitted to me that she had unprotected sex with another man. And I always made sure that Mini-Me always had his raincoat on before he went out to play in her playpen, if you know what I mean. But I could go on longer about this, but I only have a 15-minute limitation on, and my video is here for YouTube, at least for now. So I'll end it here. I might make another video talking about batshit crazy, but we'll see what happens. Until then, and stay MGTOW, stay strong.